Okay, let's see what this next puzzle has for us. Boy, it looks like a back rank check may come in. I like that idea. Let's see if the computer, with its extra queens, can get out of this situation. Here's the computer's move. Okay, he created space for his king to run. He moved his pawn out, and his two queens shred us. But we do have an answer for this particular cleverness by the computer. And I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay, hopefully you got it figured out. A really cool option is to put this bishop on this square. That ruins that error that he got, and our next move could be checkmate. That's a pretty cool move and something I would consider very strongly if we didn't have two queens on us and one of them about to check us, and really we're gonna have a hard time getting out of that. We need a forcing move. We don't need a setup move. This is a great setup move. We need a more forcing continuation. We need to go after his king with our best piece. And this is our best piece. There's your king. No screwing around. We are in a desperate situation. We need to go right at him. And so our first move is going to be to run our queen directly at the king and checking him. And let's see what happens when we do that. And the queen in was the correct start. Attack the king. He had to run. The queen now has no good move to attack the king without getting herself killed. And so we have a move of bishop to this square here, attacking the king again, leaving only one move available. And when there's only one move available, that in a puzzle is a sign that you might be on the right track when you limit the responses to only one. And that's also a great idea in real games, because the enemy king on the run is just about always in your favor. Let's run that bishop in to this square, checking the king, leaving only one move. There it is. Now how to follow this up. But the only one that attacks the king directly again is queen over. And this is basically turning into a king chase.
This is a manhunt, pure and simple, so let's get to work.
And so our next move is, again, attacking the enemy king, all on white squares. We have a white bishop and currently a white squared queen, and we are just dominating on the white squares, even though the enemy has two white squared queens. Chess is amazing. All right. We have run that as far as we can run it. The queen no longer has an attack on the king. The bishop, pretty much by definition, does not have an attack on the king. The king's on a dark square, the bishop's on a light square. We've run out of chase, and pretty much next for us is to get destroyed by these two queens. Unless we come up with something fairly desperate. And not only desperate, but this pawn is going to be the star of the show. We need something to attack the king on dark squares after all those light square attacks. This pawn, moving 2 steps up, is on dark squares attacking dark king, and that actually happens to be checkmate as well. The reasoning is, if we move this pawn up here, the king is under attack. He can't stay there. Can't go here because of the queen, can't go here because of his own guy. Bishop, bishop, and he can't take the pawn because of our own pawn. And that's the answer to our puzzle. So I'm going to let go of the pawn here, and we should get the winning green up arrows and all sorts of stuff. And we did. So that's the answer to that puzzle. Let's see how people did. And I'm predicting not too high of a success rate because there was so many moves. It's a lot of moves to get right in a row. Let's take a look. Okay, We've had a puzzle rating of 1200. Only 70% of the people got it right. Like I thought, it's not easy. A lot of moves to get right. And 8,000 people have tried this puzzle. That's actually that's a veteran puzzle. So this is pretty accurate. Things that would trip people up are to move the bishop in to lock the king down, but it doesn't quite work. And that's the answer to this puzzle, and I'll see you on the next one.